Thank you very much, Victoria, for your kind compliments. Good evening, everyone. Good evening again. Happy International Women's Month. Are we breaking the bias? Let me see. Are we breaking the bias? Wonderful. So tonight, I want to honor Cabinet Administrative Secretary in the Public Service and Gender Affairs, Honorable Rachel Shebesh, who tonight represents a dear woman we hold in high esteem, a supporter of BSD Group, and indeed much loved Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Public Service, Gender, Senior Citizens Affairs, Special Programs, Professor Margaret Kobia, who you represent tonight. Our partners, led by Chris Gedaiga of Ipsos, industry leaders present, and I want to recognize my chair of KEPSA, Flora Mutahi, Jeff Odundo from the Nairobi Securities Exchange, development partners. Tonight, I want to recognize Anna Motavati, who is the country representative for UN Women, our online community, and many of you participating in tonight's event because you are part of CSW 66, all our invited guests, our sponsors, Safaricom and KCB, ladies and gentlemen, can I say good evening again? I'm really pleased to be here, greatly honored to stand before you all this evening, a year through COVID-19, and we are even bigger and better. I think that really deserves a celebration because this day marks a key leap forward on a transformative initiative that truly transcends age, education, social status, income, aspirations, and motivations of women in Kenya. I want to thank all of you seated here tonight and those who have made time to join us online on your various online platforms for taking your time to be with us and to listen to us. This is a journey that started about 3 years ago, really, as a thought, as an idea, as a convergence of passion and craft, which then became an idea that morphed into more than that, became a concept, and then it developed into a tangible study into what influences women to make decisions about what they choose to purchase. Note, choose to purchase. When we shared the idea with Ipsos at the get-go, and incidentally, Ipsos is the third largest market research company in the world, we were pleasantly surprised by their curiosity and rapid energy to execute this mutual engagement. And as a result of this cooperation and collaboration, the first edition of the Top 100 Most Loved Brands by Women in Kenya study was released in March of last year. To our pleasant surprise, the study pricked the interest of scores of corporate organizations and caught the attention of policymakers and development partners alike. This was a clear sign that there was purpose and meaning to what we had embarked on as a business. 1 year later, we're here tonight releasing the second edition of the study with the steadfast support of none other than Ipsos, the Ministry of Public Service, Gender, Senior Citizens, and our partners, including some of the leading brands in Kenya, KCB Bank and Safaricom. The strong affirmation and insights that we got from the State Department of Gender on the inherent potential the study carries with regard to gender policy has really been immense, and I really want that on the record. We have received nothing but support. The doors have been opened, the brainstorms have happened, so we want to acknowledge that. I really would like to sincerely thank the Cabinet Secretary, Professor Margaret Kobia, for her leadership and for taking time to appreciate the study. We went and visited with her. She wanted to understand the data. She wanted it to be what would be used to further the advancement of our women and girls. So I really want to say thank you very, very much to the ministry. The release of this study is happening as one of 3 other major events anchored on the Commission on the Status of Women, 66, whose theme is achieving gender equality and the empowerment of all women and girls in the context of climate change, environmental and disaster risk reduction, policies and programs. This has been further extrapolated to the economic empowerment for women in the changing world of work, which is a real reality, especially as we think about the backdrop of COVID-19. The study on the topmost love brands by women speaks directly to the economic empowerment of women from a purchasing ability point of view and the need for corporates to engage and give opportunities in the development of products, services, and causes. It is also documented that it is the women who suffer the most from the negative impact of climate change. Women being the primary caregivers in the home setup, things like the shortage of water, lack of wood fuel, drought like we are experiencing in many parts of Kenya today. I think at the last count we were looking at about 22 counties. Women are severely affected. So the significance of this study, therefore, is the opportunity to contribute to inclusive formulation of gender-inclusive policies at both corporate, non-state actors, and government levels. Ladies and gentlemen, branding is our business at BSD Group. BSD Group is a business and brand advisory and communications agency using a unique set of principles and tools so that we are able to amplify, articulate, and position brands to fully exploit their potential. By releasing this study, BSD Group and Ipsos seek to meaningfully contribute to the conversation that seeks to advance women's participation in the market and economy. It is our hope that the findings therein will also further strengthen evidence-based policies aimed at promoting inclusive brands and services. Women have for a long time been an integral part of our developmental agenda. Today, women account for over 65% of businesses, although mainly in the SME sector. Therefore, it is evident that creating equal opportunity can generate more employment and uplift the living standards of Kenyans. Integrating women and empowering them through financial, social, and economic inclusion is key to improving competitiveness and growth. The study shows that majority of households in Kenya are led by single women, single mothers, or women in a family setup. 53% of the women are educated beyond secondary school, 58% who are earning some income, and 63% fall in the middle class. And I want to say that this has been informed by the study that happened a year ago, and perhaps tonight as we release the rankings, some of these insights will have shifted or become a lot more pronounced. International research group, consulting group McKinsey avers that if women participated in the economy on the same basis as men, it would add nothing less than $12 trillion, or at least 11%, to the 2025 annual global GDP. This far and wide translates to developing more products and services, therefore, that meet women's needs. So, we will be looking at which channels today's Kenyan woman gets her information from, what income levels actually mean to the choices she makes, and why brand love and brand loyalty is very important, therefore, for product development. The study will also demonstrate how much companies how much companies stand to benefit from investing in women leaders, women employees, entrepreneurs, customers, and community partners. From the study, it also will emerge that there are challenges that women are facing today that could slow down the gains that have been made over many years. While attempting to address the fears and social issues that women face, for example, last year, 41% of women said they feared domestic abuse, poor financial standing, and health scares brought about by COVID-19, we will need to really listen and make good note and make good decisions of reacting and responding to the things that then continue to hold them constrained from realizing their economic potential. One of the most recognized and leading women lights, and I'm proud to say Kenyan, our environmentalist, global icon, Nobel laureate, Honorable Wangari Maathai. And if you didn't know, the Wangari Maathai Day is actually in the International Women's Month. It's on the 3rd of March. She taught us that if everyone did their small part, just their little part, this would build up to make a huge impact, and the world would definitely be a better place for all of us. So, ladies and gentlemen, notwithstanding all else, women remain very optimistic and hopeful. Home ownership was the most common goal, followed by the zeal to own a business, which is a source of income. It was confirmed that there is a strong entrepreneurship spirit that runs across women of Kenya, and I think that is something that we should very proudly articulate, as indeed research shows women are owners of SMEs. A lot of women who have joined us today will own up to having side gigs, that they do earn some extra income, even if they are fully employed. So these findings define the dreams and aspirations of today's woman and carry crucial information for any organization that has products, has a cause, has services that target women. The factors that are driving women in their decision-making include health concerns, fitness, wellness, safety, nutrition, a stable financial situation. These are instrumental in determining what we buy, when we buy, why we buy. So schools, groceries, foodstuff, beverages, personal care products, home cleaning products, financial services, healthcare services, government services are some key areas that women make decisions about on a daily basis. I couldn't help thinking, growing up in Kenya, with my grandmother and my mother sitting by the fireside, and thinking how many fireside narrations, how many dining table narrations, how many living room narrations that our mothers run are opportunities for brands to speak to us, and that they would then shape and form, and this perhaps would embed loyalty. A lot of ground has been covered in the efforts to economically empower women. We may not be where we want to be yet, but the future is bright for women, as demonstrated by the growing number of women who are occupying key positions of leadership and an entrepreneurship in Kenya, Africa, and across the world. This study emphatically proves that data is invaluable in decision-making processes for businesses that have products of interest to women. This should empower organizations in creating opportunities for and generating more revenue, predicting future trends, and optimizing current operational efforts. I welcome all of you to continue walking with us and to see the great potential that this study presents, not just for Kenya, but indeed for the larger region, if not the continent. I want to salute all of you again. Thank you for being here this evening with us and early morning in New York, and wish you an excellent engagement as we share rankings. All the very, very best to the top 100 most loved brands by women in Kenya that will be released tonight. Thank you.
One more round of applause for Eva. And she's right, what that